looking at transformative things that happened, and I saw that there was the potential very early on in the first couple of years of cryptocurrency for there to be a banking solution, a PayPal of crypto, if you will. Because in the very beginning, that just didn't exist. For the first year, it was actually just people on a forum trading, bartering early Bitcoin. I saw a tweet the other day that somebody said they actually discovered the first Bitcoin purchase was not the pizza, was actually a JPEG for 500 BTC. I think that's also incorrect. There's a lot of other stuff that was bought. People were buying, send me a $50 Visa gift card through the mail just to prove that somebody could move some cash from point A to point B or something. This is pre-Coinbase and pre-Metallicus. And so Coinbase and Kraken and BitPay and some of the early crypto exchanges start to appear around 2012, 2013. That's when I got my start. I launched my first crypto app, Bitcoin, in 2013. It gained traction in 2014. I got involved with Stellar Project, with Dogecoin, just an early crypto guy, and I saw that there was an early rhetoric that the banks were going to go away, and I could see that that's not true. Banking has existed for over 1,000 years in different forms. It's not going anywhere. It's just going to evolve, and blockchain and decentralized ledger is what is going to power that revolution. And a few years ago, you could say maybe not. Now you just can't ignore it.
Yeah, I'm so glad you brought up banking, because that was the first question. The second question I wanted to ask you. Blockchain technology has, revolutionized banking by building a decentralized database of these digital unique assets. What is the problem with present-day banking, and how does blockchain sort of address that?
Yeah, I think one of the issues is honesty, right? Transparency of the ledger, right? Transparency of the ledger. In the fractional reserve banking system, and that it's I guess what you call like the worst best system we've got, right? It's the system that we have. But there's honesty between the ledger, and that's something that we didn't have before. So pre-United States dollar, there were actually these things existing called wildcat dollars, where every state had their own individual currency, banks had their own individual currency. Some were more solvent than others, but there was no transparency into anything. Enter the central banks, the Federal Reserve, the entrance of the United States dollar, and now there starts to be some uniformity, one system. But still, there's a lot of questions. Were a lot of questions about transparency. And I think the Fed is doing a great job. But this idea is like the currency of the internet. Bitcoin is the US dollar of the internet, if you will, right? A completely different experiment. And then everything that sprung out of that was some sort of derivative that's an experiment upon that, and the derivative that's an experiment upon that, and the freedom of in the spirit of and freedom of FOSS, free and open. Source software, people said, hey, let's take that idea and let's improve upon it. And that's what open source does, and that's why blockchain is so interesting, because money was never open source before. It was completely, in a back room through policymakers that you elect that maybe represent your interest into the creation and destruction and economic policy of the dollar. Now, was basically the policy around that was the Bitcoin miners. And then the Bitcoin miners got away from regular people. You couldn't mine Bitcoin on your computer anymore after a few first year of Bitcoin. We moved away from CPU mining into GPU mining and specialized hardware. And eventually it started to become, as I predicted, nation states doing the mining. And it's funny to watch the evolution of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency from down with the banks. These countries, central banks can't have Bitcoin too. Let's celebrate the central banks, or countries like, look at El Salvador, for example, mine Bitcoin. Let's celebrate that. So the mindset has completely changed. And then derivatives are starting to become more and more geared towards different niches, whether it's banking, gaming, different niches of blockchain. I believe in a multi-chain world. I think that it's not going to.
Hello to everyone. There's not many people here at the moment. So, we'll see if anyone rocks up in that. We were just listening to Marshall speaking with Darren Flowers from Yahoo News about 6 months ago, if you could hear that. Rightio. What shall be the topics today? We can listen to some news if you want to. We can until a few more people drop by. We can talk about the growing rich-poor divide, if you like. Throughout most of human history, that disparity between the wealthy and elite and the working masses has been extreme. Did you know that? This division has manifested itself in various forms across different cultures and eras. Typically, at the top of the hillside reigned the kings, pharaohs, emperors, and lords and their castles, in sharp contrast to 99% of their subjects. Slaves or serfs who toiled night and day to survive and support the aristocracies. Sorry about that. For example, in the Roman Empire, slavery played a central role in society. An estimated 40% of the population in Italy were slaves living under harsh conditions and serving the wealthy elite. Centuries later, in medieval Europe, rampant equality continued under the feudal system, where the lords and nobility owned vast amounts of land and lived lavishly in castles, while the serfs were bound to the land, often working 7 days a week. Research suggests that the serfs, who made up 90% of the population, owned just 15% of the land. And if we merely measure wealth, purchasing power, of physical things, this remains today, and it is even more striking if we look at income alone. And if James wants to be a speaker or a co-host, just send a message to James. As well. Austin, hello, Austin. Now, where were we? But what these figures fail to demonstrate is just how much progress we've made in raising the average levels of income and wealth of people around the world, and the extent to which technology has massively demonetized and democratized many basic services which are not available to nearly everyone at zero cost. Let's look first at increasing average levels of income. We won't worry about looking at that because it has grown. One effect of this growth has been the rise of global middle class, defined by the World Bank as those people living on $10 to $20 a day, or an annual income of $14,600 to $29,200 per family of four, as of 2016. There are about 3.2 billion people who could be considered middle class, and estimates suggest that by 2030, the number could top 5.5 billion. Next, and perhaps the most important, let's consider the impact of exponential technologies on the poorest in the world, historically referred to as the bottom billion. These individuals, the poorest of poor, have increasingly been empowered and plugged into the global economy through their mobile phones. Now, in 2023, including both smart and feature phones, the current number of mobile phone users is 7.33 billion, which makes 91.04% of people in the world with cell phone owners. World are cell phone owners. Now, just think if we get a percentage of them to sign up for a WebAuth wallet. Wouldn't that be amazing? Okay, that's enough of me rabbiting on. We have Coco as co-host. He could be awake or asleep. Who knows? and James as speaker, and anyone else would like to come and say a few words and fill us in on what they're thinking about what news is or rumours are floating around our ecosystem at the moment.
Well, I'm awake, and it was 3:30 in the morning, so that's my excuse for falling asleep. The other thing is the name is Coca, not Coco. So just for reference.
Say it again.
Coca.
Coca.
Yeah.
Let's say it 3 times. Coca. Coca. Coca.
And then I jump out of a magic lamp and bestow you all with 1 million XPR network just to make you all feel good. That would be nice, but I can't do it. Sorry. So, what's been going on in the world?
Still fucking dreaming again.
Yep, dreaming.
Yes.
There's a song in here, Bruce. His name was Coca. He was a space host.
Whatever.
No, not that one was pronounced different, James. Now settle down. Stop twisting things.
Yes, exactly. We all got to stop twisting things.
That's right.
Come on, man. I just sang you a song.
Yeah.
You might hate it.
Thank yourself. Bless.
The album's coming 24th of December.
The Christmas edition, right?
You don't want to hear me singing Christmas songs, man.
Me either.
No, all right. Well, what's been going on in the markets in general? There's
going to be a downturn in 2024. There's going to be a recession.
Well, makes sense. All these little pumps that we've had are just
teasing.
Yeah, exactly. They're not anything.
Well, because we all try as humans, we try and push as hard as we can. We try to push the ball up the hill. It's hard work. And we get halfway sometimes, then the fucking rolls out of our hands and rolls back down again. Then we've got to, like the poo beetle, then we've got to go back down there again and start pushing the thing back up again. And we do that all our life.
So, Bruce, I do want to address 2 points.
Yes, no, it's open.
One, there's this document going around that is spooking people, which is to do with like funding for operations. I raised it in another space this morning. One, it's a good sign that one of the founders, and another executive are investing capital into the project. This is actually a good thing. It shows there's still commitment. It shows they still really believe in the vision, the mission, and there's no mention at all within this document of anything to do with ceasing operations, anything to do with the filing for any type of like bankruptcy, anything like this. I've seen some nonsense being spread that is to spook people. People need to realize that, particularly when you become more known in the markets, these sort of things will happen because people will push these things to, one, they might think they're doing good. So you have the non-malicious group. We need to get this out. We need to, because of panic. But then there can also be an element whereby people do this because they know what's going to happen and they can set positions. And it happens with, a lot of different assets. If you move and do things in tandem with stuff like this going on, you're always going to get spooked. Right? So one thing to keep is stay true to your strategy, what you believe in line with the tech. This stuff out there is not what you think. It's just, people taking X and portraying it as Y.
Well, so because you've got this other section of people who are the drama queens. Right. They can only function day to day by taking on drama. That's their role in life, and that's how they function. And they want to stay negative all the time as well. So they live in a negative state of mind always and whinge and complain. Now, there's a number of them in our community, and there's a number of them in lots of other communities, so it's no different. And you'll probably look at it, there's probably the 80-20 rule will take into effect with these particular people. There's only 20% of the 80% are true, and 20% are just floundering around in the bottom and want to be drama queens. Go ahead, James.
Exactly, Bruce. And the question to ask yourself is, the people pushing these things, are they putting up proposals to drive things forward with optimism and positivity to shape the future potential of this ecosystem? In most cases, the answer is no. Are they bringing solutions to the table, which is a mindset of helping to solve things? Anybody can point out the problem. I can say, "Oh, cancer's bad." Okay, do you know what it takes? Real, courage, and grit and determination to do is to devote yourself to a career to try and find the cure and sacrifice a lot of other things to do it. And there's people who do that, but that is a lot harder than just saying cancer's bad, right? Anybody knows that. So it's all about reframing the mindset. I completely agree with Bruce. Just understand where the information is coming from, because sometimes it does come out of that place of maybe there was something that happened that they dislike, and now they're a bit salty about it, or people react to things in different ways and can get a bit emotional about it. It's funny you say that about the toxicity, because in another space I kind of played the part and some stuff got revealed, Bruce. I won't go too much into that. To me, and I've blocked about 18 people now because basically the tide went out and the emperor had no clothes on. Very interesting. I'll wrap that piece up. Is Metal Alchemist is still here. You had a question earlier today. I messaged Marshall straight away. I was surprised I got an answer so quick. In the future, there are plans to support Rust via a subnet. There's no timing on it, unfortunately. And it could potentially be a Rust, an EVM implementation, but any kind of conversation around like the technical implementation or anything of this nature is still something that hasn't really been considered. But they are looking at support further down the road. So I hope that at least gives you some kind of answer there.
Yeah, it was quite convenient me holding the space today in my time, because I was holding it yesterday, and because of some family commitments that I had to attend to came up, I had to postpone it 24 hours. So there you go. Yeah, so here we are. I don't want to keep talking or speaking about anything because we can just go over and over and over. I just want to know if other people have questions or anything like that. They can ask, and we maybe be able to answer them, or we're not in a position to answer them. So, is there anyone liking to know anything more about particular rumours on that particular topic, or something totally different?
I have a question about metal. I think we're hovering around 100 or so nodes, and I'm just wondering what is the optimum number of nodes? Is it 200? Is it 300? Is it 1,000? Has anyone got any input on?
James probably knows that. What do you mean the optimum? Like, what's the best figure to have, or
Yeah, like
for operation?
Yeah,
I'll just throw a figure out there. It's 500.
Yep.
You go, James.
The more the merrier.
Oh yeah, infinite, yes, but to get maybe over a hill like in some reasonable position, even at this stage of the growth of the company, of the business in the metal ecosystem, the nodes at the moment are sufficient, but as it grows, they'll grow as well. So if 500,000 in time, if 500,000 in time.
And my second question, in follow up for that, and this may interest a lot of people. The minimum is 2,000 metal at the moment, but obviously 2,000 metal cost wise is not.
It's a low bar of entry.
Yeah, exactly. But as the price rises, yep, that will be doable.
It could be gradient as well.
Yep,
It could
what I'm sort
down.
of saying is
that's to be spoken.
Is there a way for people that, let's say you've got 5 friends and you want to build a node together? I think that's probably an important thing to be able to do is you've got 5 friends, they've got 1,000 metal each.
You'd have to form a business first if you did it to be legal. I mean, you can do it anyway.
Yeah.
Just stop ducks and drakes happening down the line, sort of thing, and
Yeah.
commotions. Yeah.
Doesn't it? So I'm just wondering, is there an entry point that is feasible monetary wise for a group of 5 people to get together, put 50,000 metal in each, and have a node.
Yeah.
Like I think that would be a real thing to be able to help people to do.
It's happening at the moment, and not even in this blockchain, in metal blockchain, and other ones as well. Yeah. Anyway, but we'll leave that as a question. Yes, and because Exit's here with his hand up, so we'll see what he has to say. And wants to speak about. Go, Exit.
Hey guys, what's going on? I just voted on the marketing proposal a few nights ago, and I started thinking, I'm wondering if whatever they do with that, will the team that's doing the marketing be able to produce some materials that we can hand out to people that work at like farmers markets and that are vendors, that we can like almost do an affiliate thing where we teach someone that sells fruit, for example, if they have like strawberries and they make strawberries and they want to sell strawberries. I noticed that a lot of these vendors don't accept cryptocurrency. And I'm wondering if maybe the marketing aspect of that could create something to give to these people to look at it, because it's kind of a good way. Like it would be cool to see signs that say I accept crypto when I go to the farmers market.
You want to speak to that, James? But yes, that's a feasible idea, and when that's formulated, like the community marketing side is formulated, we can, because that hasn't been set up yet, and what information is going to be available and correlated together and everything like that. But content can be drafted off the main content into paper form and that to hand out if you feel that's what you'd like to do. Sometimes just at the moment, the stretch between retail and crypto and like in markets, like that sort of thing, the uptake on that would be fairly low. People wanting to accept crypto, because crypto is sort of just in the meantime, it hasn't got a sort of very good name. So people will generally steer clear of that.
Yeah, and I've walked around and I've talked to people, and I think they're open to it because a lot of people are struggling right now. So if like their customers have crypto, I think they would jump on board. But the big thing that they're worried about when I talk to these people is the compliance and all that stuff. And I know it's not ready yet, but man, I'm ready to get out there. And,
you see, yeah, there's a compliance in the US and the tax implications and everything like that. They're actually working their ass off at the moment in the tax area to formulate that, and that's what could even take 12 months, though, that sort of thing.
Oh, so like if
the
it's a
market
business.
guy, Joe Blow, tomato seller or strawberry seller, says, I'm going to take XPR or metal. So you transfer your metal. So that means you used it as a currency, and you transferred your value to someone else, and they've taken custody of it. So that means you, as soon as you transferred it, you're up for a tax obligation from when you bought it. So you bought it at 0.008, and when you transferred it was 0.009. So that difference is taxable. How to manage all this? Well, don't ask me that. So when your guy receives it, so he's got income as a crypto token or currency, and then he has that in his wallet. And how is he going to use that? Is he going to take that to the wholesaler to be able to buy more strawberries, but the wholesaler mightn't want to buy it? So he might have to just hold on to it, or there's, And sometimes you've got to do things. Be like CG from Binance. You just got to do things to do things. Next person. Is that?
I got a question because I've been kind of quiet for about like a month, and but so some of you guys actually talked to Marshall. So I'm just kind of curious. Does anybody know when we're going to see the A chain?
Soon.
I've been hearing that for a while. I'm just curious. Is it?
Well, it hasn't changed.
Well, I'm okay. So I'm asking Bullish or James, somebody else. Has anybody heard anything?
Last I heard was it's really close, and they're still testing it. I think the one thing about Metallicus that you could probably say with everything they do, they wait till it's pretty much 100% perfect, and there's no hiccups, and then they release it. Yeah, of course, there's all the these little things that pop up, but realistically, I think they really do their due diligence when they're going to release something. Like, look at the new WebAuth wallet. I know it was mainly looks, but there was a couple of other things that were added. I have had zero problems with it, and I use it every day for something. So I think it's
back to the thing of James and Bullish. James and Bullish aren't going to know any sooner than any of us, anyone else as well.
Well, Bruce, that's wrong, and you know that. Let's not fucking bullshit people. James and Bullish both talk to Marshall more than we do.
You missed something there.
Well, I might have, but the Lakers are winning 34.
And
like when it comes
and
to
does Marshall talk to James about everything he does?
No, I didn't say that.
Well, you're saying that they're going to know information before we do, and I say that's bullshit.
No, I said that they would. I didn't actually say it, but I'll say it now. They have more opportunity to know something before we do because they talk to him.
Well, I mean, I just really thought we would have it out by sometime in November.
Yeah, Papa.
Y'all kind of thought that,
what
didn't
what you think was going to happen is not necessarily going to happen. It can only come out when they say it's ready and put it out. Like, we can't have expectations.
So just
Yes, we can.
on these.
Well, no, you can if you want to. Yeah, fine.
You realize
On these 2 points, like, I don't know everything, so I just want to make that very, very clear. I ask a lot of questions because I don't know a lot of things, and I want to fill in the blanks with what can be provided. There's a lot of stuff that even I cannot be told or anybody else can be told because it's privy to NDA, right? And I have to respect that fact. So when I'm told, like, that's not something I can tell you, or blah, 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 or to this effect, there's a reason for it, and I respect that fact because that's the nature of business. And there's a lot of stuff that I would love to know and learn, but I will when it's ready. In terms of my estimate, and when I think, this is just my viewpoint, I think it'll be Q1. And the reason I say Q1 2024 is, back to the point of doing things properly. You're going to make sure you want your audit done. You're going to make sure you want your I's dotted, your T's crossed. This isn't a small project. This isn't a small project. Like, if the wallet redesign and everything they did there was not a small project, the integration of an Antelope-based chain coming from the EOS IO world to basically baking it into Snowman and changing the entire consensus right? So
Yeah,
that
fucking
everything
big
runs
deal.
smoothly and even better. It's never been done before.
Fucking big deal. That
Right?
was.
That's
Fucking big deal. That was.
That's uncharted territory that they're walking into, and
Yeah.
they will discover things along the path of that journey. It's like going into war. You don't know what's coming around the corner to shoot at you. You don't know what's coming out of the sky.
Yeah,
So
I mean, I get all that, and I was just curious. All I wanted to know is if anybody else had heard anything. That's it. I
No.
didn't have to have an exact answer. I just wanted to see if anybody did, because I really thought it would come out before the end of this year myself.
my estimate would
Yeah.
be Q1, and the reason I say that is being in product and tech, releasing things are in the run up to Christmas is asking for a recipe for disaster and asking to piss a lot of people off. So
Yeah.
you might get some stuff that comes between now and Christmas, maybe with announcements and things like this, but a full-fledged release of something of that magnitude, I would be very surprised. Maybe January or February, I would say.
Yeah. And yeah, maybe my opinion, if it's what it's worth, my observation as well. This is why I was pushing November, as you notice in Twitter, the November all the time. Metallicus doing this, Metallicus doing that. If it didn't get released in November, that XPR going on the A chain is it wasn't going to be released till after Christmas. Like November was like the sort of window, and if it wasn't been released then, this is just my thinking. It's going to wait now till after Christmas, and I think there should be some other coding to be introduced into it as well. Yet just got to wait for certain things to happen, updates to happen, so the code can be introduced as well.
I tend to agree with exactly what Bruce just said. And the other part of this is look how much has been released slash come to fruition in the last 3 months. There's if you go back and check it all out, there's been a huge amount for any company. I don't care if it's crypto, skateboards, or fucking hamburgers. So Q1 next year, bang, kick it off with A Chain.
Doesn't
being
mean to say they stop working.
no, I didn't say that. But
Stop building. No,
no,
I'm just saying that
look,
doesn't mean to say they stop building.
look. I guarantee you, they're building what is going to be released in August next year. Right now,
Well, yeah.
is I have no fucking idea, but I guarantee you they're building it.
But good question.
Q1.
Any other questions, Papa? Does Bullish want to come up and speak as well?
Well, the other thing which was announced earlier this year is the Fiserv integration was planned for Q4. So any work around that project, you would have to assume is going to take precedence because there's a deliverable tied to the expectations of a client and the immediate need, which will all have to be in line with like the project start date, the project end date, getting everything ready there. So I mean, stuff is happening, right? It's just it might not be stuff that we tangibly can feel on the surface, but that will come in time, like everything else. It's just going to take a bit of time, but one thing we can be sure of, as Coca, touched on, when it does come, it's not this like cat with the wheels glued on. It's always quality. So me personally, I'd rather wait for something that is quality and does the ecosystem proud than sellotape shit stuck together and like, oh guys, it's ready in 2 weeks.
Well,
That's just going to push people away.
That's always been the case anyway. So that
100%.
That process never changes. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive the fact that when they do release something, it's, and not to say and get too carried away, but it's at least 99.9% done and perfect. Like they don't release stuff that, oh my god, it's glitchy, it doesn't work, and 6 weeks later, it's good.
Especially in this industry.
Yeah, well, yeah, dude, you can compare it to the gaming industry. I play Call of Duty. Oh my god, those people just release stuff and hope that it works, and 6 weeks later, it does work. They just push it out, make the money.
Wow, that's a different. You can't compare it to that. Yes, their
No,
business model is different. Yes.
yeah, well, I fucking hope so. I'm talking about
No,
people with
because
money.
they've got a massive community to support them all the time. See, so they operate a slightly different way.
Oh, sure, but
They push stuff out and then
Metallica.
all experiment on the community.
Yeah, imagine if Metallicus run their shit like Call
Windows
of
used to
Duty
do
does.
that.
Yeah,
Microsoft Windows used to do that all the time.
yeah.
They did for years. Anyone else got anything? Get it off your chest. Stop scratching your bum. Do something. Any Australians here want to speak? No. Sorry. Oh, Dark Horse is here listening. What the fuck you doing, Dark Horse? How you doing? You want to put 2 bobs worth in, Dark Horse? You want to come up?
What's up, guys? How we
New York
doing?
Bullish.
What's up, Bruce? How you been, bud?
Good. Good.
Hey, Dark. See you down there. Look who's
Yeah, I
down there,
invited
huh?
him up.
XPR Bible. I see you down there, XPR Bible. Real quick, I wanted to just touch on what Papa only asked about A-Chain. And I know James knows this too. A-Chain is done. They what was it, about 3 months ago, they had ran into some problems, minor problems, just regular coding type stuff. They had a bug. So what Marshall did was he had every one of his devs stop what they were doing to all focus on A-Chain at the exact same time to fix the bug. And it's complete. A-Chain is done. It's ready to go. Also, B-Chain is done. It's ready to go. They're waiting for the proper time to launch it. I wouldn't well, how do I say that? Like, I wouldn't bet on seeing that or get your hopes up till sometime around the halvening or after the halvening to when they drop those subnets.
Yeah,
So,
that's a good idea. That's a real good idea.
which is close, April, May,
Yes, but the
depending on,
timing would be good.
yeah, depending on where the blocks fall for Bitcoin. Uh, if you look at it now, it's looking like it'll be sometime April, May, but I can't say if it's going to be actually April or May because the way the blocks are being mined right now. But if it keeps going the way it is now, it's sometime in those 2 months we'll see the halvening. So
Incoming
yeah. Also,
prediction.
with the like after the halvening is the time where you really want to start getting on things because around 6 to 12 months after a halving, a bull run starts to formulate, and that's when you'll see them finally touch the marketing budget in the Phoenix proposal. It hasn't been touched yet. Wouldn't make sense to start running through those funds right now in a bear market. You want to use that when momentum's starting, and that's to give you an extra boost and some more momentum. So sometime after the halvening, you'll see them dip into those marketing funds. I mean, they're marketing now, nothing crazy, but once the halvening happens, sometime a couple months after or right around there, they'll start dipping into those marketing funds. And I spoke to them about it because it just doesn't make sense now. But and as far as A chain and B chain, they're both done, strategically waiting to drop those subnets.
I say A chain comes in somewhere around February, March next year, and B chain is either just before the halving or just after, or actually during, to give it maximum impact. But A chain will come first, February, March, and then that's gets everyone up and running and psyched about that. And then B chain will be a very strategic marketing drop with the halving of Bitcoin. And D chain, as far as Dodge is concerned, I have no fucking idea. That could come next week, or Merry Christmas, or who knows. Could be something crazy like that. But that's just a prediction.
And I'm not worried when it comes.
No, because we know it's coming. That's what I have trouble understanding why intelligent people can't look at what's happening in crypto and work it out. It blows me away that so into whatever chain or whatever coin they're into, to the point that they're being detrimental to themselves. Because if we were looking at any other industry, whether it be sports or cars or even car people, they love their particular car they love, but car guys, real car guys and girls, can actually appreciate the technology in the car. They go, it's not my favorite, I don't like it, but I can appreciate what's going on over there. In crypto, it seems like you need to be a different kind of person to be able to. No.
Yeah, if I was going to buy a car, I'll buy the Proton car.
It's very hard, Coca, for people to, whether they're intelligent or not, hard for them to separate emotions from logic. And that's what you're seeing a lot of the time because there's brilliant people out there get tripped up by their emotion because they're financially invested and they may be too over invested or whatever. But that's why the best traders in the world are able to separate their emotion from logic and just trade.
Yeah, do not fall in love with your asset.
Yep. I mean, as much as I love Metallicus, I'm still keeping my eyes open for something else. And I'll be honest, our group actually found something else that looks really cool, but we can't get into it. So we stayed where
You can fall in love with your long-term bag, but your trading bag has to just be logical. That's it. Fall in love with your long-term bag that you play with the cycles, that you're preparing for the bull market, and always have your trading bag on the side. This way there's no emotion attached to that trading bag. It's just, let's get this money.
Yeah, I mean, the classic example is look at meme coins. I'm not really into them, and I know what they are, but even I bought $100 worth of Pepe just in case.
Oh yeah, they changing lives. Meme coins are changing lives out here.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, and, when the next one does come along, whatever it is, I'll probably buy another $100 worth of that just in case.
Look at Doge. I know it was the first big one or whatever, but that's what helped Marshall get his start. Obviously, he was an early Bitcoin investor and he did well, but he was an early investor in Dogecoin and he did even better with Dogecoin than he did Bitcoin. So, James, did you raise your hand by accident or are you really waiting to be
No,
called
no,
on?
I'm
Oh,
waiting
okay.
to kind of break up the flow. To bring it back to your point around the halving, like this is why I put the proposal in now for that digital adoption and growth manager. We do need to align bullish because if you're in the running, there's a message for anyone else who wants to put their name forward. I reached out to Marshall to ask how does the consortium want to handle it. They will, from a kind of management governance standpoint, they will, but we as a community need to come together and anyone who wants to put themselves forward will basically have to run their campaign with support from the community. Say, this is what I propose to do. This is what I would use the budget for. This is what would be the roles and responsibilities. So, I mean, if we can align together on that and put something together that we could then put up to vote, I think, we could get people voting. And the idea is get it in now, get the vote passed, and then there'll obviously be a process of like formalizing it. Ideally, we want someone like up and running by March, because you want them to, start getting into the swing of things with the halving in April. You want them to get up and running so that they're really into, full flow by the time that the market, if it does pick up, when we anticipate it picks up, we already have things, go in and we can go full steam ahead. So that's kind of the logic around that. So if great things come to those who actually prepare and plan ahead. Now is the time to start getting proposals in to lay the foundations for a good bull market.
Yeah, and it won't be me either. I won't be putting my name up, but whoever does get the job or whatever that's, I'll be a major supporter in the support area as anyway.
Yeah, whatever you guys want to do. I mean, we'll talk in Discord or something, names and whatever. But I was so it's easier to be on an like and all that. A lot easier being on stage when someone like Dark Horse is there with me, because James knows this.
You're rugging pretty bad there, boys.
And you have to have a good internet connection as well.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah. He's probably down in the basement.
No,
Easier
when
he's there.
Yeah.
Can you hear me better now?
Yeah, that's better.
I was just saying it's a lot easier being on stage with someone like him, because it easy.
Yeah, you're rugging again.
No, you're rugging, man. They sound like Robot Boy.
How are you going to be doing a space with not a space, well, probably a space it could be with Marshall? Are you going to be in situ in one spot so your internet connection doesn't crumble at different times? This is on speaking to Bullish.
Yeah. I'm interested to hear about when the weekly roundup or weekly recap show is starting.
No, you can't hear.
You're rugging, man. You're not. You're being Robot Boy. So here's a little thing for y'all. What does everyone do on their days off? Is there a routine? They get up in the morning, make a coffee, go to their computer, and they collect their rewards, swap something out, restake something. Is that kind of the thing that everybody does, or they get home from work and do that? Like, what's everyone's routine?
Nothing to do with you, Coca. Sorry. Sorry to be mean.
No, I got big shoulders, man. I can handle that shit. I was just wondering, what does everyone do? They are they morning people and do it, or they get home from work and do it?
I'm nighttime person. I claim my rewards between 10 o'clock and 10:30 at night every night. I can claim my loan rewards.
Every 24 hours, and it moves, depending if I forget or not.
I don't forget.
Sometimes I'll do it at night, and I'll forget to do it that night because maybe I was watching a movie or something, or had to go out to eat, and then I'll go, oh, cool. The next morning I got more rewards because I didn't do it last night. Then I'll do it then. So,
When I do with my Proton XPR rewards, they're the ones I forget. Like you got to do each 24 hours.
Has everyone noticed that if you do it consistently at the 24-hour point, that's all good. But let's say you do it at the 30-hour point, you miss out on those 6 hours.
Yeah,
but
you do.
But if you wait till the day and a half or 2 days, you actually get them. My question is, where do those rewards go?
I know. We're talking about loan, are we?
No. Loans every couple of seconds or whatever. I'm talking about staking on XPR network every 24 hours.
It's a run by yearly, but you can claim every 24 hours.
Hold on, Dada.
He's talking about long staking.
Yeah. I'm talking about XPR network. I'm not talking about loan at all.
But the 24-hour staking, the short staking.
Yes. So if you claim at around the 24-hour mark, you get all your rewards.
Yeah.
If you claim, for example, at the 30-hour mark, you miss out on those 6 hours.
No, it cumulates.
No, it doesn't. If you wait till a day and a half, right, which is 36 hours, you get that half again, and you can claim it. Anywhere before that point in time, you lose them.
I don't think so.
Well,
because the rate is done on a yearly rate.
They come to me.
You're talking about loan.
No.
No, he's talking about yearly staking, though. He's talking about yearly staking.
I'm talking about the rate that's being given. It's a per annum rate, but you claim it every 24 hours.
Yes.
Well, you can claim it anytime you want, really. I mean,
you're talking about loan.
No, you can do it with a PR too. I mean, 12 hours in, you got something to claim if you want to.
You can't
Right?
claim it.
Oh yeah, you're right. You can't. No, you're right. You're right. You're
You've got
right.
to wait to the
Right.
24-hour cycle.
Exactly.
But the
If
rewards are rewarded on a ratio. Like,
yes, sorry, bro, that's not how it works. If you take,
So what you're saying is, right, every 24 hours, like you got to wait a minimum of 24 to claim.
yes,
Then from that point on, it updates on 12-hour intervals.
yes.
Oh, okay.
So what
where did
happens
you
is,
read that?
I've done it. I've tested it. If you, let's say I get 3,000 rewards at my 24 hours, right? 3,000 XPR. If I wait till 30 hours and claim it, that's all I get is the 3,000. If I wait till 36 hours, which is a day and a half, I get 4,500 because I get half of the 3,000, the 1,500. If I don't wait till then, I don't get it. I'm asking, where does it go?
It goes into my wallet.
That'd be cool.
Everyone's going to start setting an alarm clock now to claim on like 24 hours and 5 minutes of each day to
Exactly.
make sure.
Well, I mean, I've looked at it. I've done it a million times.
Because it shows
Maybe.
you when you claim.
Yes,
The
that's
rewards
right.
are. Yeah.
And the numbers don't add up. If you claim at 30 hours, you just get the 24 hours.
The 24-hour cycle.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, it makes more sense to claim at that 24 hours or very close to it,
Yeah.
or the
So
36,
I'm okay then.
or the 48. Otherwise, you're losing rewards because you lose time.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing, and this is only a guess, I guess the BPs get it. I mean, that would make sense. But there's an interesting question for Marshall next time we talk to him.
Mm.
So it pays to be diligent on your timing.
Thank you, Coca, for that insight.
Mm.
We'll take that data on board.
Yeah, check it out. Make sure I'm not talking shit,
No,
but
we'll rely on you.
I'm not talking shit,
No,
but
we'll rely on you.
no, you can't rely on me.
We'll rely on you.
This is not
Okay.
advice. I am not Bubba Cogs.
Coca says.
Moon Day
I've
tomorrow.
written it down already.
Moon Day tomorrow. It's going to be Moon Day tomorrow. You know what? What if we all woke up on Christmas morning and XPR network was like $3 and Metal Blockchain was like $17 US?
No, I don't want to do that.
What a Christmas present that would be,
No.
eh?
That means I'm probably in heaven.
Yeah, exactly.
And I don't want to be there.
I don't like thinking that way either.
No.
I would say, yep, Merry Christmas, motherfuckers.
Well, who's going to be buying it so it gets to that? Who's going to be the stupid person purchasing it?
Look, we could just
Purchasing it.
look, we could just run with the regular crypto bullshit and say JP Morgan and BNY Mellon are going to buy everything and it's going to pump the price.
Got to have the A chain first.
Oh, now you go and spoil it. Damn.
Yep.
There goes my Bubba
Yeah.
Cogs moment. Damn.
Okay. Moving right along. Who else wants to speak? Anyone else?
I want to hear from Jen because she's got a cool accent.
Maybe. Maybe she has. Maybe.
That's funny.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, exits back up.
Druggy? Druggy. What do you want to know, Druggy?
We got everyone rolling in.
Exit. Who's got the hand up? Exit.
What's the name? Jen didn't work.
Speak.
You could forever hold your peace.
Yeah, I was just gonna. Well, I think Bullish dropped down, but I wanted to know how he would want to do the snip first. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, yes. Loud and clear.
So,
oh, now we can't. Okay.
I was hearing my echo.
Okay, I hear noise. Just speak again.
I've got the Snipverse questionnaire.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Loud and clear. It's in our side, but you might be echoing in your side.
Yeah, you sound fine to me.
But on his side, he must be getting feedback. And he thinks we can't hear him, but we can hear him clear. But it might be hard for him to speak with that feedback going on.
Hey, Jen, you came up here. Hey, so I got a question for you. How's things looking right now as far as trading goes within the ecosystem?
Oh wow, that's a loaded question. No, I was hopping up because I was going to ask Coca if he was talking about XPR with the staking. But that's what you were talking about, Coca? Okay. Yeah, so it will do that. But I have also noticed that if I go back 12 hours later, the ones missing from the previous 24-hour cycle pop up. So they don't disappear. Yes.
So I was right.
Yeah, they don't disappear. They'll be there. So if you go in 12 hours and it's just half your rewards, and then go 12 hours later, they'll be there. Or even if you wait 36 hours, then it'll be 1.5 times. So they do pop. They don't go lost.
Oh, very cool. Okay, I didn't know that, and that was all. I always, looked at the rewards and went, oh, okay, all right.
Sometimes they'll be in half or sometimes the full amount, but yeah, no, I noticed that a couple years ago. It's been like that, and so I started watching. I was like, oh no, they don't disappear.
Well, that's good. So now I don't be so diligent with my timing because I'm like, fuck giving away, a few hundred XPR for no reason.
Yeah, no, I know people sometimes that just go in there once a month, or I've seen them after 3 months, go in there and claim. So.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's pretty cool. The thing you do miss out by not doing it every.
Is the compounding.
Is the compound exactly?
Yeah,
yes.
That's right.
And that's obviously really good to do. And the fact that we technically are our own banks is pretty cool. Like that's I think that's lost on a lot of people. The fact that you can invest in a bunch of assets at the moment, 10 or 12, whatever they are, and you can actually lend like a bank. Like that's pretty cool. Imagine when, and this is in the future. Imagine when
Christmas Day.
50 assets.
Right, here we go again.
Yeah. Go for it, quick.
Imagine when we can buy an island. And...
No. I'm just saying, like the loan protocol is.
I'm just messing with you, man.
Is lost for a lot of people. I don't.
No, I agree 100% on especially originator. So people don't realize it takes out so much red tape and paperwork, and
this is the sequence that will happen in crypto and online and digital. Is we're going to have the banking has gone digital. The banking will go blockchain because people are used to having the bank, so we can't miss out the bank stage. So you've got to go through the transition to the bank stage, and after that, the banks will slowly disappear, and you will all be individually running our own banking system. So we can't go from now to running our own banking system because we can't miss out the sequence of the banks first, because humanity is used to having a bank with their currency, with their pay and transitions and that. So we do the blockchains, we do the banks. They'll run for a few years, 20 years or something, and then slowly they'll disappear, and we all migrate to single identities with our own banking system. That's my thinking.
Yeah, I tend to agree with that. But the one thing, look how lucky we are to be the early adopters of that system already. Like I'm actually lending half a dozen of my assets. I actually bought an asset, actually 2 assets, so I could lend it. That I was never really interested in, but the fact that I can lend it, I bought it, and now I'm lending it. So, yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, and on to Papa only, trading in any ecosystem, even in the stocks, I'm kind of just sitting back right now. I don't have any kind of advice there. I'm not trading.
I believe you. I believe you. Right now, it's dicey out there.
There's no telling to keep waiting for, I'm just kind of sitting on the sidelines with that mess.
That's safe.
If you bought Bitcoin in March, you'll be up by now. I did.
You'd still be up right now, yeah. That could change any minute. That could change any minute, though.
You buy SPR and you're not.
It's yeah. Anything can change any time right now. I think the markets are very volatile right now. You just don't know what's going to happen. We got too many things going on outside of the markets that can affect it right now.
Well, Din knows this, though. Din,
Hedge,
you
hedge.
only need for ultimate trading conditions are volatile markets. You don't trade when the market's flat. But if it's volatile,
Absolutely.
that's when
Yeah,
you
no,
trade.
I love volatile. Well, but this is news from every single or globally. Like, you know, it's too much news from this brain to keep up with right now.
Yeah, because the markets aren't like they used to be, are they? Anyway, just at the moment.
No, they're not.
No, we would have
That-
cycles like sectors. Like you would know, okay, now's the time to get into pharmaceuticals, or now's the time to get into buildings, or but it's every sector. Just
Yeah, but
love
COVID upset the whole cycle, though. You've got to wait till that all flattens out again, you see. So it'd be another year.
It also looks like everything's just propped up anyway right now. It doesn't look real. So that's the other thing that everybody's kind of concerned about. You know, even the prices of gold and silver, you're like, this doesn't reflect like it should. Silver, you're like, this doesn't reflect like it should. So you're just, it's really not just volatile. It just looks fake, and you just don't know if there's ever going to be a pull on it on those markets outside of crypto right now.
exactly. And you know, I've thought about, okay, then now would be the perfect time to go short. But I've watched the cycles where I'm like, okay, now it makes sense to go short, and then they fake prop it up and you know cause a short squeeze. And so I'm just long or short right now. I'm staying out.
It'll come back.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the thing is just not to have all the eggs in one basket. I do commodities, equities, crypto, different things, and have a plan A to Z.
Yeah, I agree with that. You got to have those different plans slash exit strategies. I think that's really, really important for everybody to think about. Because my philosophy is you don't want to get rid of everything. You definitely want to have some bags left for next year, the year after that. And in the future, but have a certain percentage, a certain ratio that you're willing to, you know, trade out at certain price points to make your life easier. Does anybody else want to jump up and talk? Does anybody else want to jump up and talk or have a question or something? Anything? Anyone?
Mm-hmm. Governance. What's in the government? What's in the government?
Come on, y'all. Someone from down there. I'll hop up here. And I'm like, not the best public speaking person. I can do it. Y'all can come on up here.
I can.
Was creating decentralized bridge wasn't big.
I have an issue. In the governance dashboard, I can't reply to posts. It's all grayed out my reply button. I've mentioned it on Twitter, and then they said go to support and ask them, but I can't be bothered because it doesn't matter. I don't really want to reply, but I can't reply. So all I say is I'm being censored.
Yeah, it's a conspiracy. They don't want to hear your reply.
They don't want me to tell them what I think. Now, let's have a look in the governments here. There's a new one pending. Pending. December the 1st by Proton NZ. NZ, not NZ. Well, that sounds right, doesn't it? Pending. Expansive 50K ads X, which is the new name of Twitter. Ads promotional campaign for XPR Network and Metallicus. So you can go in there and read that if you would like in your own time.
So
would you like me to read it for you?
So can we just do an overview? Is this for like advertising on the X network? Is that what it's for? So what you said?
50K X ads promotional campaign for XPR Network and Metallicus. So I would assume that's what it's for. Well, the overview is, in significant step forward, Proton New Zealand has been collaborating closely with X to evaluate our advertising strategy for XPR Network and Metallicus. Through multiple meetings with an X advertising director, where we presented XPR Network now, we have not only gained enthusiasm from X, but also secured substantial added value for our campaign. This partnership underscores the commitment to working hand in hand with X, ensuring the success of our robust 50,000 USD campaign. Now enhanced through X's insights and support. All right, take a breath. After collaborative, that word, discussions with the team at X, I'm excited to announce a special value add incentive for our campaign. We have secured arrangement with X where 50% match will be added to our 50K spend as long as we complete the campaign in Q4 2023. Yeah, okay. This means with commitment of 50K from our end, we receive an additional 25K value, bringing our total campaign budget to 75K. 75K.
The ads are good if you know how to build an actual ad with pixels, and that's what I used to do. The social media ads, and you can target it down into Big Brother mode and hit the right people. And it doesn't have to be that expensive, but I guess, I mean, for a project it would.
The same old thing, you're talking to the wrong person here. We're back to this stage again. Jen, I would support this stage again. Jen, I would support Jen. Anyway, head of advertising on X. Anyway, and what does that sound good? Anything sounds good anyway, I suppose, doesn't it, Jen?
It would be good if they, I mean, if it's someone that knows how to completely build it, and incorporate those pixels, and you know, there's words. Because these apps listen to microphones, and that's where the pixels come in. People can talk at the dinner table. And you target a certain,
This probably needs double that, because you need to spend 50,000 just to practice to start with before you figure out what you're doing. Then you
Well, you
need
go
another.
smaller,
Then
and
you
then
need
you
another 50,000 to do it properly. Yeah.
well you can gauge it, and then build up.
Yeah.
Or you can actually, like some ads, if they were doing extremely well, we would just expand them and add to the budget. You don't have to do the whole budget up front. You can
No, you
expand your
don't.
days and add to that. If you see that ad is actually doing and it's converting, it's different, because what it'll do, you want someone to go to the landing page, but then to convert. And
So have you been involved in this before, Jen? This
yes,
type
that's
of
what I
thing?
used to teach.
And in the previous times, was there any particular cycles the ad had a cycle length, like that the algorithm changed and what was running and being successful for X
Yes.
amount of time, and then someone comes along and changes the algorithm? I think they do this on purpose, so you have to adjust.
Yes.
You have
So
to
you have to
adjust
keep up
again.
with
So you got to
exactly.
do a new campaign.
Yes. And the pixels and
Thought
the
that was right.
demographics. Yeah, the target audience changes too. So we're Yep. It used to be so much easier. But yep. And now the whole algorithms have changed again, this year. And they keep changing. But
well, what they're trying to do is improve them all the time. But that's actually sounds promising. Very promising. The part's promising is there's communication there. That's the promising part.
you just have to have a good CRM setup.
Yeah, and sometimes when you have ads campaigns and they're running good, it's amazing where you can find the money to add to them. Add to it. Because you don't know when it's going to stop. Yeah.
It's amazing where you can find that money.
No, very good. Yes, so I can log in. I'm logged in. Okay, but I still can't comment. Stop picking on me.
Well, this is good. I'm gonna bail out. Seems to be slowing down. Everybody have a good evening. Y'all take care.
Have a good night.
Oh, exit. Okay, exit. Sorry there.
See you, Papa. Take care.
I've done. I've approved you, exit. Speaking, I was not looking. Go, exit. See how your microphone's going this time. Speak it easy. No, there's no noise coming out from your hole. You might have to unmute.
Mic check, mic check, mic check.
Mike is there. Bruce is here responding to Mike.
Hey, on the marketing ideas and things to throw out there, with multiple demographics, it would possibly be a good idea to do a decent giveaway where the participants have to have a KYC compliant wallet. So maybe allocate some XRP to people that KYC the wallet and then do like a big Dogecoin giveaway. I think that is going to be what circulates the clicks through to getting them to perform when using like campaign ads that people click on. Now, I think I heard you say in that proposal that possibly X will integrate MetalX within the platform. And if that happens, it would be so easy to get people through these links.
It's just a matter of time. As I said, a couple of weeks ago, my goal would be to get every X account to have a WebAuth wallet account. James, are you there, James? Are you active?
I am indeed, yes.
Okay. Are you setting up some sort of Google Docs or anything for just ideas to gather ideas? So
You
you
mean
can
in terms
put
of
them in a
different types of
database?
ideas for proposals?
Yeah. No, not for you for the proposal you did, like for that. Yeah. Just for a general advertising idea. Yes.
Right, so you're thinking like not for that specific proposal, but wider afield, right?
Well, it can be because we could take them, their ideas there that you could scan through, and sometimes it can be relevant to that idea of yours or relative to some other one's idea. It's just where, like example X have this idea, it could be a good idea or not a good idea, but if we could capture that in data as some data where we can refer back to ideas, because like anything, we listen to ideas and they just come and go, gone.
Yeah, sure thing. I think the best thing to do would be to create some, I can create a Trello board and then they can just get put in there as cards, and then there's a
Yeah.
voting feature and people can vote them, and then we can prioritize based on what people like, so we have an idea of what's popular before we even write a proposal.
Yes.
Yep, and then on the specific proposal on the digital adoption and growth manager, I will be putting together an initial Google Doc.
Yeah.
And then I will need support from other people in the community to basically take that to the next level.
Yeah. Like anything like this, there's always someone that's got to be a coordinator.
Yep.
And like most people don't sort of nominate themselves. Someone generally has to step up and sort of take the bull by the horns and sort of do it. And if people don't like that person, well, then you worry about it then. But someone like yeah, like we need some coordination somewhere, some channel, some leadership.
Yeah, I'm probably not that guy. I have, people don't like me, but the idea that I'm just going back to the basics with that idea, with being able to incentivize the customers in a way that excites them. And then that way you're not spending that much on ads because people will share.
Mm.
But if anything, I definitely want to help out whoever does get that position, add my input and not necessarily get anything from it. I really love
No,
thinking.
the support section, yeah. Where the organization, whoever's doing, doesn't have to listen to the support, but it's there, sort of thing. Because they'll have their own set goals. When it happens, there's set goals that are all set up and everything like that. And then sometimes you have to block out the noise. Otherwise, you're going nowhere. You're just going round and round in circles. Okay. Nothing else? You don't need to add anything, James?
Nothing else from my side.
Coca?
No.
Does no one else want to come up? Otherwise, we'll sign off. Yes.
Oh, one thing. DGen reactivated his proposal to add AVAX to the loan protocol. So if you
Yes,
haven't
he
already
did.
voted, please go and vote.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know it was deactivated. I think I already voted on that one.
Had to be extended, didn't it, James? I can't remember now.
Yeah, so when proposals expire,
Yes.
like the end date,
Yep.
you can go in, not on the proposal page, but on the proposal list, and over on the far right side of the item, there's a button to extend it, and you can extend it. So it's
Okay.
been extended
Cool.
now, and you can go in and vote if you haven't already done so.
Yep. Nice. Where is Dejan? Is Bruce, you spoken to him lately? I haven't spoken to him this week. I had a quick chat the other week.
No, he's in hibernation.
Yep. I did. I sent you a message on your Proton pussy, and
I replied.
Oh, did you? Okay. All right. I didn't.
Oh, geez, you fucking slack.
Well, I didn't look at it this morning.
I waste all my effort.
Yeah, you get that.
Yes. You wanted to know what happened to the Discord? I wrote back to you. It went private and will close down altogether very soon.
Oh.
And that was yesterday.
Oh, right. Okay.
And today the Discord is called Leap Confederation. It's called Leap Confederation.
Oh, okay.
And X may want to speak about that.
Okay.
You're there, X. Would you like to speak about that thing?
Yeah.
And tell everyone what it thing.
Yeah.
And tell everyone what has happened.
Yeah. So everyone, feel free to join.
That was good timing, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Everyone who wants to join can DM me, and then I'll send you a link. But I got another thing about the dashboard. You said you couldn't comment.
Yeah.
I think you have to click the join button on top of the page, then it will work.
The join button.
Yeah.
I'll stand by. At the top of the page. I cannot see no join. I see my name, where you log in with your wallet, and I've done that, but there's no join.
Okay.
And I'm on a desktop. Is that sufficient?
Maybe try it on a smartphone or something, because there has
No, fuck that.
there has to be a join button.
I thought you just logged in with your wallet and that's you joined.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll try that later
Okay.
anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But on the Discord, yes, the Discord is run by X, and he's in charge of it. But the moderators are still Deacon and Proton Pussy. So be careful. Sorry, X. Oh. Anything you? Yes. So DMX, if you want to join, and he will send you. He'll give you a link. There's a few people in there. Same old crowd. So that's the update on this on the Discord our server Discord, and it's called Leap Confederation. We pinched the name from Antelope. Leap. There's an update coming in. Leap update is coming. Oh, crap in my head. Right. Anything else, X?
No,
Nothing.
nothing.
Dark Horse, calling once, calling twice. Want to come and say your piece? Just have a chat in general. Open topics. No? Well, no? Well, Bruce and no one else. Just checking. Okay, it's Bruce here saying thank you for all joining and taking time out of your day. So let's be like a kangaroo and bounce.